What's going on, fellas? A little update on some projects. I've been doing a little bush hogging, and it was time to service the tractor, so cleaned the air filter, adjusted the valves, changed the oil, topped off the hydraulic oil, doing a little work on the seat. Um, Things starting to come loose on me, and originally it had some springs that you sit on, kind of like a riding lawnmower, and I had put these bump stops on there because I broke the springs. Bump stops didn't last, so I got to figure out what to do with that. Ain't done much to the Cummins. I'm still waiting on my gear case cover. I did get which lines I needed figured out. Took them by a buddy of mine's place and media blasted them. Got them all clean, rust free. Got some brake clean I need to run through them, and I'm going to dress the tips up with some Scotch-Brite. I got another tractor I need to do some work to that's a buddy of mine's. I'll do a little video on it. I'm going to do a full service on it. Not going to do the coolant. I'm going to do the hydraulic oil, fuel filter, air filter, oil change. Got a bunch of bolts to tighten up. It's a new tractor, so you know everything new comes with its problems. So, but that's a little update on it. I posted that video of me bush hogging, and that those big tall weeds that have what looks like, you know, dandelions have that white fluffy stuff at the top. Well, these things were like 8 foot tall, and when they laid over, all that fuzzy would get up in the radiator and it would just pack it full. I've got to figure out these tractors originally had a screen that went over it right here, and it kind of bulged out a little bit. This one never had it. Plus, when you lean the hood forward, that thing would run into my weights there. So I need to figure out something to do. Hell, you can still see some of that fuzzy crap. I blew it out best I could. It looks like cotton almost. It's nasty. Of course, the radiator's all packed full of seeds and whatnot. I need to run some degreaser through it. But I got to make me a screen of some kind to keep that shit from getting packed in the radiator. But it is what it is. It's a tractor. Got to deal with it. So I did a little service on mine. I'm going to go through and grease everything I need to. I usually grease it every few times I use it, but once a year I do a full once over on it, adjust the valves. I got a spare fuel filter I'm going to put on it. I need to look back in my notes and see if I did a hydraulic filter. I usually do a filter like once a year, once every other year, depending on how many hours I put on it. And then every 2 to 3 years, I drop the oil out of it. I usually do about, I don't know, 150, 200 hours a year on it. Which, I mean, that's quite a bit of use. And I got a problem with my hour meter. It seems to like to click off way more than it needs to. I noticed my last oil filter, I can't remember the date on it, but it had 980 hours on it. And I know that's not right, because I did it like the beginning of the summer, and I know I haven't put that many hours on it. I noticed it's rolled almost 300 and something hours just the last 2 times I've cut the yard, which I know is not right. So I got to figure that out. It's like it's counting too fast or something. But anyway, it's going to give you a little update on the engine and what I got going on. Little weather update. We got rain coming. It's actually sprinkling right now. I was going to hunt tonight, but the rain's supposed to get heavier. And where I hunt is usually muddy anyway. I just don't feel like getting covered in mud tonight. I'll hunt if it's sprinkling, because it usually, you know, cloud cover's good for us. Every time I've hunted with a full moon, the dogs act stupid. The coons never look at you. Cloud cover's good. Sprinkling's pretty good because it'll leave a bunch of good hot tracks because them little coons run around in the water and then they leave their scent everywhere. But if it's going to pour down rain, I ain't into that. You end up with rusty guns and soaking wet, and it ends up not being no fun. So that's the deal. The shop's still fairly clean. But anyway, I'm gonna get back to work. That's a little update. We'll see y'all.